Okay, I've set up a little test bed to show you how much less current the LED bulb draws versus the typical incandescent bulb used in your RV fixture. This is the fixtures used in my rig, and they use a 921 bulb. Let's take that off there. Okay, here I have the current and voltage. So I'll turn on the regular bulb. You can see it's drawing about 1.4 amps. Now we'll switch it to a LED bulb. Okay, I've replaced the standard bulb with a LED bulb. It's a 3-watt bulb from StarLights Inc. I'll turn that on, and it's drawn about 0.3 amps. Same brightness, but a lot less current, almost 5 times less. So for every one of these, every one of the regular bulbs, you should be able to run 5 of these and draw the same current, so it's quite the savings in current. The other thing is these things don't create much heat at all. Again, can basically touch it. The incandescent bulb, just after 30 seconds you wouldn't be able to put your finger on it. The other advantage I'm quickly realizing for LED bulbs versus the incandescents is the heat. The incandescents run very hot. You basically can't touch them. You'll burn yourself, they're so hot. Whereas the little LED ones, they run a little warm, but not much at all. So you're going to save on your fixtures. This fixture here is the one we use the most. It's the main lighting in the living area. So if a bulb is on, this one's usually on, and you can see there's been some overheating on the socket here. In fact, the plastic's become brittle and old, and just trying to get those bulbs out, I cracked. See, just cracks, splits open. The other one, the bulb is actually fused in there, and actually to break the glass and dig it out. So I'm going to have to replace this whole fixture just because of the amount of heat that's created by the incandescent bulbs. The LED bulbs run so cool and draw such less current, I'm not going to run into that problem. You can see on the bottom even where the switch is, when those bulbs are running, there's about 3 amps going through there, and the metal is discolored just from the heat, so I'm really stoked about that. That's going to save a lot on my fixtures. Since we full-time in our rig, we use it a lot, so that's after around almost 3 years of use. Here's the bulb I'm using to replace the porch light bulb. This bulb draws close to 1 amp. This one measures about 0.33, so it takes 3 times less, and is actually far brighter than the original incandescent bulb. And again, a lot less heat. Next is the bulb that's used in my storage bay. It'll light up around the area where I'm hooking up the sewer and water. Again, this one draws about 1 amp. This one 0.3 of an amp. So more than 3 times the savings on this LED light. And similar brightness, I'm also going to change the marker lights on the trailer, and they use this small bulb here. It draws about 0.26 of an amp. Here's the LED bulb I'm using to change it. It draws 0.06. So, it's about 1/4 of the draw, and also, like the others, this one doesn't create any heat. This one creates heat and eventually wears on the sockets. And finally, here's the bulb I'll be using in the rear brake signal lights to change out the marker brake signal. You can see there's 2 connections there, 2 connections there. And same with this one, it draws about 4 or 5 times less current and creates less heat. So let's get to installing these babies. Okay, so first we'll take out the turn signal bulb. Easy enough. And there we are with our nice LED bulb. Easy as pie. On goes the marker. On to the next bulb. Next I'll start on the side markers. These just snap off. And get rid of that old incandescent bulb. And just a matter of plugging that in. So we can get it in straight here. There we go. That's nice and bright. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice and bright. There we go with the cover back on. I really like how that center LED light shines really bright. It's going to be good. I'll have to give you a shot at night when it gets dark. It gets dark at night. Okay, now I'm going to put the porch light one in. Oh yeah, that one's nice and bright. So basically all these plastic covers just have little clips and they pop off. You can just wedge a screwdriver in there or something and they pop off quite easy. Oh, that's going to be pretty bright at night. I'll have to check that one out. And next, the one from my water bay here. Let's take the lens cover off. You can see that's the old incandescent one. So all these are super easy to change. Everything kind of just snaps apart, plugs in. Get that one in there. There we go. Nice. Okay. So here's a 921 type incandescent bulb I'm going to change out in your standard RV fixture. These basically just pull out. Now one thing I noticed with these LED replacements from StarLights Inc. is they're quite tight to put in. I couldn't just push them straight in. You can get a little screwdriver and bend the prongs back a bit, or I found if you kind of wiggle side to side, they'll work themselves in. I contacted the manufacturer, and one reason they make them so tight is because of all the vibration in the RV over time. They want them in there nice and tight so they don't rattle loose or anything. But I did find them pretty tight to put in. There we are. Put the lens back on. Okay, here we are all set up in our boondocking spot. Give you an idea what the marker lights look like. Nice and bright. That's the porch light. Rear markers. And they put off a nice bright light. Take you inside and show you the LEDs in action. Okay, let's go inside. So you can see we have plenty of brightness in here. See what I mean about lots of light over the sink? Nice white light. But you can kind of see the different colors. The one on this side over here is the old incandescent, and it is a much rosier red light. The other side is the LED bulb. They give off more of a yellowish light. Good. Works quite well and draws 1/5 the power. So yeah, I'm really happy with the LED upgrade. Allows us to get out into these boondocking locations and not have to run our generator nearly as much. So next up for us will probably be solar power.